Peace, my family, and we're back to all those coming out of that good cocoon for the first time. Welcome. This is your girl, the butterfly. When you're about to take off, oh yes, let's fly. Just want to send you all the good healing energy your way. Peace, love, happiness, harmony, and abundance. Hope you guys are out there keeping your mind right and that good mind. How y'all feeling? Hope you guys most definitely moving on up. That's right, in your higher nature family, and most definitely cleansing. Because if you don't know, now you know. Oh yes, you must cleanse. Cleansing that lower nature, those lower frequency energies, family. It's all about purifying that soul. You go into this good journey within, doing those metamorphosis, stages, of this transformation. Family, it's so real. First and foremost, our praises to a new, almost glorified and exalted, and the one appointed, omnipotent Jesus, Yahshua, Timeless Horse, so all right now. So, our team is today to again read. This is, does God and the devil exist? And it continues, family. This right here, we're trying to help you on this good journey. So with that being said, let's get to it. Y'all want to know? Y'all want to find out? Next question. It says, well, was there a doctrine, right, before the Torah and the New Testament and the Koran? Question. Well, let's find out through our master teacher, Dr. Malachi, the Pharaoh in his day and time. All right. Let's get to it. It reads. Now, that's a good question. In order for them, the Catherine, the Quran chapter 109, to be declared ones who don't believe in something, right, means there must have been a doctrine that existed before. Yes, before the Bible or the Torah, the New Testament, right, and the Quran. The Imams don't want to go near the fact that Satan is one of the group of other disagreeable things. The rabbis don't want to touch this, right? And the rabbis don't want to touch it. They write it off as it must have been a doctrine. Of course. We know what doctrine they are talking about, right? The Samar, right? Tablets. A few of these tablets are called the Atrahasis, right? The Mu'illis, the Gilgamesh Epics, right? The Recorder of Atamite, right? The tablets of Adapa, right? The tablets of Nergal and Aristica, right? The tablets of the Saint of Istar to the underworld, the Akkadian tablets, and the tablet of Etana. Okay? These tablets were recorded in the Akkadian and the cuneiform languages. Okay? The Akkadian and the cuneiform language or script. The language of the Elohim. Okay? Refer to what is God's language scroll. Now, our master teacher got a scroll out, and it's called What is God's Language Scroll. Check it out. It's just for you. Let's get to it. Alright? It's on the channel. If you are interested, let me know. Alright? Let's go. It goes on to read. They already had cultures set up, right? They're your descendants. We know who they are when they say, I'm not talking about, Negroids who already have an inferior complex, right? Because of the television, right? I'm talking about Earth people who are on the planet Earth, regardless of how they have progressed or how they have regressed. They must start to address these pre-points. It will give you a better understanding, right, of how much or how less of the amount of information has been given to you. from the Bible and the Koran to now, right? Okay. So let's go on. Next question. Are human beings part reptilian? Question. Let's get to it. Let's find out. Okay, so his answer, right? It reads, don't act like humans are not reptilians or serpents. You yourselves call each other snakes, because when you get mad, you say, I'll cut your throat, you snake. Or when someone betrays you, you call them a snake in the grass, right? Take a look at your hands, right? Spread them apart and look at the webs, right? You see the pieces of flesh that connect your fingers together, and they are your webs, family. Some are more pronounced than others, but they're there. When you were conceived, you started off as a tadpole swimming to your mother as a sperm, right? With a long tail. And while in your mother's womb, you still looked like a tadpole. And you were in the water, right? And you had gills. How did you think you were able to breathe, right? And that ceramic fluid? Question. You also have scales, right? When you don't put on lotion, right? You can easily see that the flakes on your skin when you don't put on lotion. People call it ash, right? So don't tell me you are not part reptilian or nomos. The Quran 72:6 also says that men are jinn, which are a race of spiritual beings that were created of smokeless fire, or the lesser light. They use the word Jalun, meaning mortal man. The next quote tells you how some Enochites, men created by the Elohim, sought refuge or mixed with the original reptilian from Sirius. The nomos mixed in with the evolutionary beings. Thus you have the doggone tribe, okay? In the Quran 72:5-6, it says, right, surely we, the Elohim, the Anunnaki, thought that the Enochites and malevolent beings, the cherubs, the jinns, did not utter blasphemous lies about the source Allah, and surely they were mortal men from amongst the Enochites, whom sought refuge with mortal men, who are from amongst the malevolent beings, the cherubs, the jinns. So they increased in their oppression. Okay? It goes on to read in the King James version of it, not the King James version of it, but the next quote of it in the Quran, and it reads, right, and we do think that no man or spirit should say thou that is untrue against God. True, there were persons among mankind who took shelter with persons among the jinns, but they increased them in Fulla. And they used the word Rajun, the jinn, together, as though there is no distinction between the two. So men are from the same race of jinns, or the race of jinn are men. However, you want to look at it, the devil does exist. However you want to look at it, the devil does exist. Okay? So let's go on, right? Next question. According to Muhammad, what is a jinn? Question. And let's go on. If you ask a Muslim, a Muhammadan, what is a jinn? They would say an evil force. A force, not the word evil. That's simple. However, that's work with the word force or evil being, or what else would they say? Question. A spirit, right? Let's define that, because the Quran defines a spirit of nafs as a person, Aramaic Hebrew, using the same word as nefesh, and it also means your personality. If I say nefesh, it means myself. It will also mean my spirit. So the word nefs is derived from the root word nefasa, meaning to breathe, inhale and exhale, to take a breath, a pause for breath, right? Take a rest, right? So the spirit, the nefs, is the life force that exists in all living things, even plants. And when you take the soul, the ruah, the plus a jasad, a physical body, you get a nesan, a person. And nothing spooky about that is there. This is why the word for myself in Aramaic or Arabic language is nasim, and nafs is merely the spirit. So there is no spookism to it, like some people who want to look heavy in religion, seem to like to think, right? It is physical, because as long as you use definitions outside of your physical realm, you will never allow yourself to be responsible for your own actions and state, and the state of the world is in today, right? So to say that the word spirit and soul are things that are esoteric or spiritual is to take the physical, because the spirit is nothing but the self, right? And the soul is nothing but the essence of you, and place it in the spiritual, right? So that you can keep looking up in the skies for a being that you call God, to be responsible for anything good that happens to you while you are alive, and bad things you blame on the devil, right? Both you can't explain when asked. So stop teaching what you can't prove, right? We at the Holy Tabernacle Ministries, right, don't want your mythology. Give us the facts. All right? So, that's the end of his answer. All right? So, I'm going to leave it at that for now, family. Again, you want to check this out yourself, it is on the channel just for you. Alright? So, for now, hope you all know that you are loved so much beyond this world. You better know it and in it. You're going to spread that love, family, one to another. Be that peace that you seek. Release our master teacher, Dr. Malachi Zierk L. Peace, shalom, asher, divine love, family. And wadu, because it is all.